If you have a block, feel free, or like even a cushion or something, if you want to have a little bit of elevation under your hips, feel free to take that now. I am going to sit up on my block. This just helps if you have tighter hips or hamstrings. That way the hips are elevated and your hip flexors are kind of releasing down into the floor. So take a moment just to adjust your seat. You can sit cross-legged, you can be seated back on your heels. Rest your hands to your thighs and close your eyes. We'll just take these first few moments to arrive into our space, into our body. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Twice more like that. Inhale deeply. Open mouth, exhale, release. Last time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Now seal your lips and take a slow breath in. Keep the lips sealed as you exhale out. And continue to breathe in and out on your own here for the next few moments. Again, just using the breath to ground into the present moment, turning your gaze inwards, letting go of any lingering mind chatter. Tuning into body and breath. Relax the features of your face, soften your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then after your next exhalation, if you had closed your eyes, you can blink your eyes back open. We'll stay seated here. Feel free to switch the cross of your shins if you're cross-legged. Let's interlace our fingers in front of us and then press your palms forward to straighten your arms forward. Press your palms forward, tall spine. And then keep the interlock, but now turn the palms back towards your heart and touch your sternum bone. So your elbows move out wide. And then again, re-straighten, press your palms forward. Exhale, turn it in, touch your chest. And again, inhale to straighten, reach. You can even start to move into a bit of a back bend. Now as you exhale, turn your palms towards your heart and then start to even round your spine like a cat pose. Hug it in. Inhale to straighten, heart lifts. Exhale to hug in, touch your sternum slightly round. Last time like this. Inhale to press forward. And then exhale to take the hands back, slightly round. And then release. You can shake out your fingers and wrists. And if you're on a block, I'd recommend removing it. Let's come down onto your seat. Bend your knees out in front of you. Take your hands behind you. And I'd go a few feet in front, so don't go super close with your heels to your sitting bones. Press your hands down to lift your spine. Inhale here, shoulders move back. And as you exhale, tip your knees up and over to the right for the seated windshield wiper. Inhale to take the knees back up through center. And as you exhale, tip your knees up and over to the left. And feel free to lean slightly to the left. Inhale through center, exhale, tip right. Inhale through center, exhale, tip left. And you might notice you're starting to move, that's fine. Inhale through center, exhale to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Let's take one more on each side to the right. Keep a tall spine. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. And then inhale through center, pause, cross at your shins, and then we're going to move forward onto our hands and knees, coming into a tabletop position. Line up shoulders over wrists, but take your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Tuck your toes under. And then as you inhale, we're going to move into a cow pose. So lift your chest, arch your spine, take your sitting bones up. So you're trying to lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Keep your tailbone lifting as you exhale and start to send your hips back. Only go as far back as you can keep the tailbone lifting, so you might not touch your heels. And then inhale, come back through center. Exhale, keep the tailbone lifting. We're still in the cow shape. We're gonna tip the hips back, lift the tailbone high. Inhale to come back through center. Keep spreading your fingers wide. Last time, exhale, tailbone lifts, hips move back. And then inhale to come back through center. Now try to find neutral. So you're hugging your navel towards your spine. Walk your knees back in so they're more underneath your hips. Unless you prefer the wider variation, feel free. Now from here, keep your navel, pressing towards your spine. And then reach your left arm out wide to the side. Spin your left thumb down. So this is what's called an internal rotation of your arm. And then start to bend your elbow and touch the back of your hand to your low back. So your palm will be facing up towards the ceiling. And then release. Take your arm back out wide. Spin now your thumb up. So this is an external rotation. And then bend your elbow. Take your hand to the back of your head. And we'll just move through a few rounds of this. Reach your arm out wide, spin your thumb down, bend your elbow, touch your back. Inhale to reach straight and spin your thumb up, and then touch the back of your head. Last time, straighten your arm, spin your thumb down, bend the elbow, reach back. Straighten your arm out wide, spin the thumb up, take your hand behind your head. And then reach your arm back out wide and place your left hand down to the floor. We'll repeat that on the second side. So inhale, open your right arm out wide to the side. You can move a little bit because I'm close to my wall. Spin your thumb down, bend your elbow, reach back and touch your low back or whatever you can touch. If you can't touch your low back, try to make some contact. And then re-widen the arms, spin the thumb up. Take your hand behind your head. Try to keep neutral, so avoid moving into cow, avoid moving into cat. Re-straighten, spin your thumb down, reach back and touch. Inhale to straighten, thumb spins up, bend your elbow, touch your head. Last time to straighten, thumb spins down, reach back. Inhale to straighten, thumb reach up, touch your head. And then re-straighten. Lower your right hand, table pose. Pause for a moment in table, distribute the weight evenly across your hands, and then step your right leg back, step your left leg back for plank pose, top of a push-up. Line up shoulders over wrists, press back through your inner heels, corset through your abdomen, hug your navel towards your spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Now as you exhale, bend your knees. Bend your elbows straight back and lower all the way down to your belly. Once you're on your belly, bend your elbows out wide, stack your hands, and rest your forehead to the tops of your hands. Now from here, lift your right leg up, reach your right toes back, and then place your right leg back to the floor. Again, lift your left leg up, reach back, lower your left foot down. Now, lift both legs, keep your head down. So they're not going very high, but now bend your knees into a hamstring curl. Kick your heels towards your butt. Re-straighten, keep the legs hovering. Bend your knees and kick back. Re-straighten, bend your knees. Re-straighten, and then lower your feet to the floor. Now take a moment to adjust. Notice if you're moving into like a cow shape, your tailbone's moving up towards the ceiling. Take your tailbone to your pubic bone to create space through your low back. Now inhale to lift your right leg, bend your right knee, lift your head and shoulders, and now reach back for the outer right foot for a quad stretch. You can stay upright or feel free to lower your forehead back to your hand. Keep taking tailbone to pubic bone, breathe in, and breathe out. Lift your head and shoulders. Release your right leg and then lower your head back down. Again, tailbone to pubic bone, adjust. Lift your left leg up, bend your left knee, lift your head up, reach back for your left hand, quad stretch, grab the foot, and then you decide, either stay upright or lower your forehead back. Breathe in and breathe out. Now lift your head and shoulders, release your foot, and then from here, let's go ahead and prop ourselves up into a Sphinx pose. So my forearms are going to move forward, my elbows move underneath my shoulders. Again, tailbone to pubic bone, press the tops of my feet through the floor, lift my chest. And then from here, I'm going to walk my feet out wide, tops of my feet are still on the floor. Then I'm going to walk my hands back and wide and come up onto my fingertips. Bend my elbows to set up fingertip cobra. Inhale, tailbone to pubic bone, shoulders move back, curl into your upper back, lift, and then exhale, release and lower. Straighten your arms, walk your feet back in so legs are hip width distance. And again, adjust, tailbone moves down. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift all of your limbs off the floor, Shalabhasana, locust pose. Press your pubic bone down, firm your glutes, and then see, can you interlock your hands behind you? Once you have the interlock, press your knuckles towards your heels, squeeze your shoulder blades together, inhale here, exhale here. Now release the interlock, but stay lifted. Bend your elbows, plant your hands flat to set up cobra, and now lower your feet, curl into your upper back, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Exhale, release and lower. And then let's press up into a tabletop position. So coming onto hands and knees, all fours once again. Now from here, I'll turn maybe so you can see me a little bit better. You're in table. You're going to reach your right leg out wide to the side. Press the sole of your right foot to the ground. And then inhale, turn and twist open to the right. As you exhale, it's like a modified thread the needle. I'm going to sweep my right arm underneath my left and look left. Keep my right foot pressing. Inhale to turn and twist open. Reach through your right fingertips. Exhale to thread the needle and fold. One more time. Inhale to turn and twist open. Exhale to thread. And then inhale to turn and twist open. As you exhale, place your right hand. Walk your right knee back in. Switch your sides. Kick your left leg out straight. Press the sole of your left foot down. And then inhale, turn and twist to the left. Draw your left arm back. Exhale, thread and fold. Look to the right. Inhale to turn and twist left, open. Exhale to thread and fold. Inhale to open. Shoulder moves back. Exhale to thread. And then this time, inhale to open and stay. As you exhale, place your left hand down and walk your left knee back in. Table pose. And then from table pose, you're gonna walk your hands forward, tuck your toes under. We'll meet up in a downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Now inhale, raise your right leg high. As you exhale, step your right foot forward and wide outside of your right hand. Drop your back knee and lunge into your right knee. So my hands are to the inside of my right leg. And then if you have a yoga block, you could slide it underneath the hands. Again, it's not necessary. Just take a moment here in your lunge. Maybe you can swivel your hips from side to side. Draw your shoulders back. And then we're gonna move a little bit. So as you inhale, lift your chest, lunge into your right knee. As you exhale, start to send your hips back and straight into your right leg. Curl your right toes towards your face. Keep your hands to the inside of your leg. Inhale to come forward, lunge. Exhale, hips move back, right leg straight. Inhale to come forward, lunge. Exhale to take it back. Now inhale, forward lunge. This time, rise and take your hands to the top of your right thigh. Reach your arms overhead, interlace your hands behind you, grab onto the back of your head. Elbows move out wide, tailbone to pubic bone, inhale. As you exhale, start to side bend to the right. Inhale, move up through center. Exhale, side bend right. Lower your right elbow, keep tracking your right knee. Inhale through center. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale through center. This time as you exhale, touch your hands down and we'll step it back to downward facing dog to switch it out. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step your left foot forward and wide outside of your left hand. Drop your back knee. Take a moment. You're either on your hands or you're sliding to prop underneath your hands. You can shift your hips from side to side. Soften your shoulders. And then take a deep breath in. Heart lifts. Lunge into your left knee. As you exhale, shift your hips back and straighten your left leg. Curl your left toes up. Inhale to shift forward, lunge. Exhale to shift back, straighten. Last time, inhale, shift forward, lunge. Exhale to shift it back. And then inhale, forward, lunge, and stay. Let's rise with the hands on the top of the left thigh. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, interlace your hands behind your head, elbows move out wide. And then as you exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to side bend. Tailbone moves to pubic bone. Inhale through center. Exhale to side bend. Inhale through center. And then this time as you exhale, touch down, step it back, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, left leg rises. As you exhale, step your left foot forward now in between your hands. High lunge, rise with your arms overhead. Keep your back leg straight, lift your left heel away from the floor. And then as you exhale, start to bend your left knee to hover above the ground. Lift your frontal hip points, tailbone to pubic bone. Grab a hold of your left wrist, gently tug up. And as you exhale, side bend to the right. Keep tracking your right knee over the center lines of your foot. Inhale through center. Exhale, touch your hands down to frame your foot, straighten both legs and fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Again, you can slide a brick underneath your hands here. And then from here, exhale to fold, plant your hands, let's step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, left leg rises. As you exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands, high lunge. Rise when you feel stable, reach your arms overhead. Lift your right heel, bend into your left knee, and then keep lifting your right inner thigh as you bend your right knee to hover above the floor. So you're like in a 90-90 lunge. Move your tailbone forward, lift your frontal hips, grab a hold of your right wrist, and as you exhale, start to side bend to the left. Breathe in, hold it as you breathe out. And then inhale to reach back up. As you exhale, straighten both legs and fold over your right leg. Release the crown of your head. Inhale to come up halfway, flat back, heart moves forward. Excuse me, exhale to fold once more. And then plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Now inhale to shift forward, plank pose, top of a push-up and pause. Exhale, let's lower all the way down to your belly and pause here. On your belly, let's flip on over to your back. On your back, bend your knees and plant your feet hip width and parallel. Take a moment to settle. Bend your elbows in towards your side ribs. Palms facing one another. And take a moment just to lengthen through your side body. Draw your shoulder blades down. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bridge pose, lift your hips up, firm your glutes, lengthen through the tops of your thighs. Keep breathing steady, drive your elbows through the floor. Maybe work to roll one shoulder underneath you a bit further. Soften the sidewalls of your throat. Hold it as you inhale, and hold it as you exhale. When you're ready, release, lower your hips, and pause. Now again, bridge pose. I'll give you the option to add on, or you'll just hang out and bridge. Bend your elbows, drive your elbows down, shoulders move under. On the exhalation, lift your hips up, bridge. Now, option to stay here and bridge, or come up onto your right ball mount, heel toe your right foot to about center. Keep your hips lifting, bend your right knee in towards your chest, straighten your right leg overhead. Drive your elbows to the floor, lift your hips, bend your right knee, lower your right foot, adjust, lift your hips up, drive your elbows down, walk your left foot to center, bend your left knee in towards your chest, straighten your left leg, hips high, bend your left knee, re-lower, once again, bridge pose, and then release it, lower everything down, walk your feet out wide, knock your knees together, take a break. And then walk your feet back to hips width, bend your right knee in towards your chest, interlace your hands behind your right thigh, and now straighten your right leg. Press the sole of your right foot towards the sky, slide your left leg straight. As much as you're hugging in with the right side, press your thigh against your hands. Release and switch your sides. Hug your left knee in, interlock your hands behind your left thigh, and now straighten your left leg, slide your right leg straight as well. Flex both feet, press out through your big toes. Slow down your breathing. Release, unwind and switch, or just lower, Walk your feet out to hips with distance, and now we'll do some windshield wipers on our back. So feet are wide, reach your arms overhead. As you exhale, tip your knees to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, tip your knees left. Inhale through center, exhale to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, tip left. Inhale through center, exhale to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, tip left. Inhale through center, walk your feet back in, hug your knees in towards your chest. You can stay like this or move into a happy baby. Grab the outer edges of your feet, widen your knees apart. Take a moment, you can rock side to side. And then release. If you're not already, hug your knees back in towards your chest. And then lower your feet back to the floor. Pause. Let's find a constructive rest. Walk your feet out wide, knock your knees together, place your hands to your low belly. Let your eyes soften and close. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh out the air. Empty it out. And now inhale deeply and slowly for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Return back to normal breath. And I'll guide you through 2 more rounds of that. Feel free to move at your own pace if you want to decrease the count. So on your next exhalation, empty the air out completely. And then take a slow breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Let your breath return back. And then last time, exhale out completely. Breathe in slowly for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release and let go. Let your breath return back to natural rhythm. You can stay like this for Shavasana, or feel free to straighten out your legs. If you have another way to rest, you can make your way there now. Releasing any and all effort, taking these final few moments here in conscious rest, Shavasana. Let your jaw relax, release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your eyelids, soften your skin. Continue to let loose, let go everywhere. I'll be here to guide you out. Keep your body still, but begin to deepen your breath, bringing your awareness back. And take your time as you reawaken through your limbs. You can wiggle fingers and toes. And no rush. When you feel ready, roll to your preferred side. Pause there, resting on an arm. And then using both hands, press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Head rising last. Take a moment, sit nice and tall. Hands can either rest to your thighs or join your hands together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. As an offering of peace, we'll close by chanting the sound of Om 1 time. Inhale deeply. Om. Thank you so much. Namaste.